Welcome to Trading an Edge. We're the podcast breaking down the psychology, the mindset,
Right.
well, really the system of elite trading.
That's right. We dive into what truly makes a difference.
And today on the deep dive, we're looking at something pretty surprising, actually, a connection that really jumped out at us during research.
Yeah, it's this link between ancient philosophy, specifically Stoicism, and the high-stakes, fast-paced world of modern trading.
It seems counterintuitive, maybe, but the core issue for traders, the real battle, it's not the charts, not the market itself. It's internal. We found this disruptive truth, and it's stark. Your biggest enemy isn't the market. It's your mind on tilt.
Absolutely.
The charts don't destroy traders, their emotions do. And that insight, it changes the whole game.
It really does. And, people often misunderstand Stoicism. They think it's about being, passive, emotionless.
Right? Like a robot?
Exactly, but that's not it at all. When you apply it clinically, Stoicism is about mastering what you can control rigorously and letting go, completely releasing what you can't. Okay. For traders, that means iron discipline over your choices, your actions, and, crucially, absolute detachment from the outcomes, especially in markets designed for chaos.
Unshakable clarity, discipline, emotional control. That's the promise here.
Just a goal, yeah, a path towards it.
So our mission today is clear.
Yep.
Let's unpack the tools, the specific, actionable Stoic strategies for achieving that internal mastery in trading.
And let's do it.
Okay, so the core idea. Our sources highlight this problem that goes way beyond just your P&L, your profit and loss statement.
Right.
A trading loss doesn't just hit your account balance. It shatters confidence. It can genuinely shake your identity as a trader.
It feels personal.
Totally. And the real danger, it turns out, isn't just the market moving against you. It's your own nervous system reacting, those old emotional wounds getting triggered.
Yeah, every significant loss can feel like an identity crisis. It's deep.
So how does Stoicism address that?
Well, it shifts the focus entirely. See, true mastery isn't about trying to bend the market to your will. That's impossible. It comes from mastering yourself. The actual edge traders are always searching for. It's not some magic indicator or secret system. It's in your mind. Stoicism gives you the framework, the mental toolkit for building that internal mastery.
Yeah.
Think of it like this. You're a warrior in an arena. The market. That's the storm raging around you.
Okay, I like that visual.
But the storm itself doesn't kill the warrior. What does? Breaking formation, losing discipline, letting the chaos dictate your actions.
Breaking formation.
Yeah.
That's powerful. So connecting that back to the psychology.
It means that most traders are busy trying to control the external storm, the market. The Stoic Trader, they focus only on controlling themselves, their formation, their discipline, because that's where the real edge actually lives.
That makes sense, but how do you maintain that formation when things go wrong? When panic sets in?
It's about understanding what's truly yours to control. This leads us straight to a fundamental Stoic principle, the dichotomy of control.
Dichotomy of control. Okay, break that down.
It's actually quite simple but profound. Some things are up to us, within our power, and some things just aren't.
Right.
And for traders, the belief that you can control the market, that illusion is probably the most seductive trap there is.
So what specifically can't we control? Let's list it out.
Okay. Price movement? Nope. Market volatility? Definitely not. Breaking news? Forget it. Liquidity shifts? Outside your influence. What other traders are doing? Not your business.
Okay, that's a lot we can't control. So what's left? What is up to us?
Oh, no, that's where your power lies. Your preparation? How much work did you put in before the trade?
Okay.
Your emotional state, are you calm, neutral, or are you trading out of fear or greed? That's on you. Your discipline, are you following your written plan?
Crucial.
Your position size, did you risk appropriately? And maybe most importantly, your response to the outcome, win or lose. That reaction is entirely yours.
So how does this apply before you even click the button, practically speaking?
It becomes a pre-flight check, a ritual. We found this great tool in the research. Call it the pre-trade control checklist.
Okay, I'm ready.
4 simple questions you ask yourself before every single entry. No exceptions.
Got it.
1, is this setup actually part of my written edge, my defined strategy? 2, is my emotional state calm and neutral right now? Be honest.
Okay.
3, have I already predefined my risk, my stop loss, my exit point?
Essential.
And 4, this is the tough one. Can I accept the full potential loss right now before it even happens?
Wow. accept the loss beforehand.
Yeah. It's not about wanting to lose. It's about emotional detachment from the need for a specific outcome. You see, a trade is an offering you make to the market. It's not a promise of returns.
An offering, not a promise. I like that.
The instant you stop trying to control the outcome, the uncontrollable, you gain real control over your mind.
That's a huge mental shift.
Okay.
Okay, so if self-mastery is the goal, how do we guard that focus? Today's trading environment is, well, it's chaotic. Multiple screens, news feeds, alerts popping up.
Constant fragmentation.
It just shreds your precision, doesn't it? Leads to sloppy execution.
Yeah. Absolutely. And Stoicism has a surprisingly simple yet powerful tool for this too. It's a question. Is this essential?
Is this essential?
Ask it constantly.
Okay.
About the information you consume, the tasks you're juggling, even the trades you're considering. It acts like a filter, cutting through the noise. Because clarity is a position in the market. And if you don't have it, you should be flat. Stay out.
Clarity is a position.
The market doesn't reward frantic hustle. It rewards clarity, precision.
So how do we cultivate that clarity moment to moment?
We found another framework, like a Stoic decision tree, for right before you enter a trade. 3 key questions again.
Okay.
1, is this trade explicitly in my written playbook? Yes or no?
Simple enough.
2, is my emotional state neutral or better? Again, be brutally honest.
Right.
And 3, can I accept the loss before I click the button? Same question as the pre-trade checklist, reinforcing that detachment.
So it's about discipline, really.
Exactly. This encourages what you might call one-tradeism. Treat every single trade as a sacred action. Give it your full, undivided attention. No multitasking.
Okay, that requires serious focus. But let's face it, even with all this preparation, losses will happen. They're part of the game.
Inevitable.
So how does Stoicism help us deal with the fallout? Because the typical reaction is, well, it's not pretty. Blame, revenge trading, giving up.
Right, and this is where Stoicism performs a kind of mental alchemy. It reframes pain. The Stoic view is that difficulties strengthen the mind, just like physical labor strengthens the body.
So pain isn't punishment.
Not at all. It's potential. It's feedback. It's information, if you use it correctly. A loss isn't a failure. It's data telling you something.
Okay, so how do you use it? What's the process after a loss?
Instead of that emotional downward spiral, the Stoic trader performs a post-mortem. Think of it like a clinical surgical review.
A post-mortem, okay.
3 specific questions. 1, what happened? Just the facts, ma'am. No emotion. Just describe the trade objectively. 2, where did I breach discipline? Pinpoint the exact moment you deviated from your plan, your rules.
Ouch. That requires honesty.
Brutal honesty, yes.
Right.
And 3, what principle guides me forward? This is where you recommit to the rule you broke or the lesson you just learned. You reinforce the discipline.
That's a structured way to actually learn instead of just reacting. It feels like it leads into something we found called the comeback protocol, a way to recover after a big hit.
Exactly. It's a 3-phase framework designed to systematically rebuild confidence and trust in your process after a significant loss or drawdown.
Okay, walk us through the phases.
Phase 1 is reset, step away. Get off the screens completely. Journal about what hurts, not to wallow, but just to name the emotion. Acknowledge it. Get it out of your system.
Just name it.
Phase 2 is rebuild. This is critical. Review your 10 worst trades, not just the last one. Look for the common thread. What's the pattern of error? Where does your discipline consistently break down?
Find the recurring mistake.
Precisely. And phase 3 is re-enter. But slowly. Paper trade for maybe 5 days. The goal isn't to make paper profits. It's to execute your plan flawlessly again and rebuild trust in your process.
Rebuilding trust in the process, not chasing money.
Exactly. Because here's the key insight, the analogy you mentioned earlier. A loss is not a failure. Think of it as a fee you pay for a valuable lesson.
Okay, a fee for a lesson.
But a repeated mistake, making the same undisciplined error over and over, that's not a fee anymore, that's a tax. Pay the fee, learn the lesson, and do everything you can to avoid paying the tax.
Fee versus tax, that really clarifies the cost of not learning. It seems like most traders, the normal ones, kind of only prepare for sunshine, right? They plan for profits.
Yeah, they visualize the win, but not the loss.
So every loss hits them like a ton of bricks. A total surprise. It shakes their foundation because they never mentally rehearsed for it.
Exactly the flaw. And Stoicism has a direct counter. Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils.
Premeditation of Evils. Sounds intense.
It is, in a way, but it's incredibly practical. It means actively visualizing negative outcomes before they happen. Spend a few minutes before the market opens.
Okay.
And actually imagine your best setup failing spectacularly. Imagine making a stupid mistake. Imagine taking a significant loss. Picture it vividly.
Why would you do that? Isn't that negative?
Not in negative, preparatory. Because then you also visualize your response. Calm, grounded, non-reactive, following your plan even amidst the chaos.
Ah, so you rehearse the response too.
Precisely.
Okay.
By rehearsing the storm, you remove its power to shock you when it actually arrives.
Right.
You've already walked through it mentally, you're prepared, you remain unshakable.
Walking through the storm already dry, that's a great image.
And this ties into another practical tool,
Right.
the trading pause protocol.
Okay.
Anytime you feel a strong emotion surge, big win causing euphoria, big loss causing despair, you SOP immediately.
Just stop trading.
Yes. Take one deep breath. Write one single line in your journal. Just name the feeling euphoric, feeling angry, then reset internally. Don't place another trade until that internal storm has passed.
A mandatory pause.
It builds emotional regulation. Remember, your emotional capital, that's your real account balance. This practice builds emotional immunity.
Emotional immunity, I like that. This all leads me to question how we typically measure success. It's always P&L, right? Profit and loss. But you mentioned P&L can be a liar. How?
It can absolutely be a liar because your P&L on any given day or week is heavily influenced by market randomness factors totally outside your control. You could execute your plan perfectly and still lose money.
Right, or get lucky with a bad trade.
Exactly. You could make a terrible, undisciplined trade and get rewarded by luck. The P&L says, good job, but your process was flawed. That reinforces bad habits.
So P&L doesn't tell the whole story.
Not even close. The Stoic approach flips the script. Judge your success by virtue, by the integrity of your actions, not by the immediate result. Did you follow your plan? Did you manage your emotions? Did you act with discipline? That's the true measure.
Judging by virtue, not results. What are the key virtues for a trader then?
Our research pointed to 4 core virtues for the Stoic trader, like an inner scorecard. First, wisdom. Acting from logic, from your plan, not from raw emotion.
Makes sense.
Second, courage. Having the guts to take the trade when your plan signals it, even if you feel fear or uncertainty. Executing despite the discomfort.
Okay.
Third, justice. This means being fair to yourself, keeping the promises you made to yourself in your trading plan, honoring your rules.
Justice to self. Interesting.
And fourth, temperance. This is the strength, the discipline to do nothing when your plan says there's no valid trade. Resisting the itch to force things to overtrade. For many, this is the hardest virtue.
Wisdom, courage, justice, temperance. That's a powerful internal framework. How do you make that practical day to day?
2 key practices emerged. First, the daily alignment practice. Start each day with just a minute of stillness. Write down one single sentence. What kind of trader will I be today?
Focusing on identity and process.
Exactly. Not how much money will I make, but who will I be? It primes your focus on virtuous action.
Okay. And the second?
It's called the trading persona exercise. Create a mental image of your ideal trader, self-disciplined, calm, objective. Then, when you're in the heat of the moment, feeling fear or greed, you pause and ask, what would my disciplined trading persona do right now, free from this emotion I'm observing? It creates distance and allows you to choose a more rational response.
Like stepping outside yourself for a moment.
Precisely. Because your character, it compounds over time. Consistency of character acting with virtue leads directly to consistency of execution. Every single trade becomes a test, not of your predictive ability, but of your presence and discipline.
Wow. This whole framework, it's incredibly comprehensive. From understanding control to processing loss, to defining success internally, Stoicism really does offer a powerful toolkit for traders.
It transforms the approach, doesn't it? Shifts the battleground from the external market to your internal state.
Completely. It's about mastering the self, not the market.
So the final thought, the provocation for everyone listening is this. Are you trading primarily for outcomes, for P&L? Or are you trading for character, for who you become in the process? Because the market will break the undisciplined, it finds the weaknesses, but the Stoic trader, the one focused on internal mastery, they become unbreakable. So the real question is, who are you becoming every time you click that mouse?
Powerful question to consider. How can these ancient principles transform not just your trading, but your growth? Something to really think about. Trading an edge, where psychology meets profitability.